See how that looks? That looks kind of dark. Yeah, it looks a little dark in here. Let's see if Natalie can fix it with her handy dandy remote. Maybe? No? Maybe? Only the best. Ooh, that's better. Okay. We will wait till some people get in here. I just got out of the shower and I just finished installing the rock sliders on the Jeep. So I'm gonna crack a trail soda. Hopefully you guys can hear me whenever someone gets in here. Okay. Trail soda number 1. I haven't really eaten all day. I think just some for breakfast, so a few of these I'll be feeling them. Oh, hiccups. No one's there. Come here. It's a live stream with the masses. Ow. All right, since no one's in here yet, I'm gonna mess with these filters. That's cool. They give you filters for your live stream. What the heck, bubbles? Okay. Dance party, dream, glamour, 8mm, documentary. That's terrifying. That is too. Ooh. Maybe we'll live stream like it's, we're in the 1920s, 1930s. Or we'll just have bubbles. I think that'll be the JK guy's favorite theme. Alright, done messing with the little filters for live stream. Welcome. Who is in with us? Welcome to the December live stream. It has been a weekend of just installing rock sliders on the Jeep. Turned into a lot of work for some DIY sliders, but I love how they turned out. Who would have thunk, taking a bunch of chunks of metal that you buy from Exo Fab, and they have the measurements and they bevel it and cut it and everything, but getting it to the point of welding it together and then mounting it on the Jeep so it looks the same on both sides turned into a little bit more than I thought. So that was kind of a pain in the butt. But I don't mind it because I love how they look. And I will have that video out soon for you guys. I'd say by next weekend I'll have that out. And I was not able to get to installing the front bumper. So, just time, pretty much ran out of time just trying to get these sliders installed perfect. So that was kind of the plan with those. Plan was, to install sliders and then front bumper to show off the whole look until I get the rear bumper, but I just couldn't yet. I ran out of time. So that will be held off to another weekend. But can you hear me? Can you see me well? Can you hear me? I'm trying out the wireless mic. And having a trail soda. Let me mess with it on there. Okay. The sliders I got, they're from ExoFab out of Washington. When I ordered them, they said they had a 2 to 3 week lead time for shipping, but within like 2 or 3 days, I got the shipping notification. So I don't know, but they were really easy to weld up, and they installed pretty well. I just had to do some tinkering and messing with it to get them to the look that I wanted on the Jeep. I didn't want something that looked kind of funny when I had a cool front bumper and cool rear bumper on it. So yeah. All right. Let me turn up the mic a little bit. Is that better? Hello? Okay, that looks better, or sounds better, and looks better on the transmitter. So I got the sliders fully installed. I painted them matte black, and I am excited to get that video out to you guys. I think it is a great option, and for the price, I think they're worth it. If you want a tube slider made out of Dom, if you want like a square tubing slider or anything like that, I don't really know any other options. So I think I think it's 1.5 inch 120 wall Dom tubing that the whole slider is made out of. I think it is more than enough to handle any rocks that are thrown at it. Then I got the one with the bump on it. Wonder if there's having an issue with the live stream. I keep seeing people going in and out of it. Oh, cut it out, Bean. Awesome. I just shared the live stream on the community page too, so anybody could see it. But yeah, they're 120 wall, 1.5 inch, welded together really easily. Prepped the crap out of it. Got the gussets. Oh, no problem, Tim. How you doing, man? I know I just got the rock sliders done. I've been blabbering about that for 8.5 minutes now. But yeah, they were easy install, and other than just trying to make them fit uniform on the Jeep, and I think they will handle just about any trail I throw at it. For the price, I think it was like right over $300 after shipping, and tax and whatnot like that. And yeah, they came wrapped up really well. But I was unable to get that front bumper installed because of all the work on the rear, or on the rear bumper, on the sliders. So, but how is your guys' weekend going? We got 2 of you so far. A little bit of a late start today, I guess. That's gonna help keep those. Yeah, dude. I'll share some pictures on Instagram tomorrow. They came out really awesome. I had to, on the bottom of the Jeep, they had the pinch weld for the fenders and body panels and stuff. I actually had to like cut that away to fit the legs of the slider tighter to the body. So there's maybe 1/2 inch of clearance from slider to body. And then there's maybe 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of clearance from bottom of doors to slider itself. So it's really tight. And then they stick out about as far as the tire, other than the bump on the end of it. which sticks out a little bit farther than the tires. But I like how far they stick out because they're going to be a really good step for us to put away the rooftop tent or take it out. Sounds like what quitters say. I couldn't finish the bumper. Dude, if I didn't live stream, I'd probably be out there trying to wrench on it right now. But I want to make a good video on it. I want to show it off real well. It's the Pritchett Canyon JK bumper, actually. So I'm going to have some minivan parts on the Cherokee. And pretty much, yeah, I got some XJ adapter brackets that Barnes sells. So I'll be able to bolt them to the front of the Jeep. So now the Cherokee will, with the round headlights and a JK bumper, it'll kind of identify as a JK, I guess. But yeah, I actually just charged the Devos lights. So part of me wanted to, if I was still welding on the sliders and stuff like that, I wanted to light up the whole area and get some nighttime footage of me welding. But I was able to get a lot of it finished during the day. But yeah, I just got over the flu also, luckily. I missed quite a few days of work over it, but I want to say I woke up Saturday morning and I felt fine. So I figured I'll get out there and kick butt on those sliders, get that done. Yeah, and what's cool about that bumper too is like, I guess, or at least the brackets, you could possibly use those brackets with other bumpers and stuff like that. So like your Poison Spider bumper, I could have made work for the XJ also, and you know, other bumpers like that. And then there's one other company, I forgot the name of it, but they actually make brackets or an adapter to fit TJ bumpers onto the front of an XJ also. I totally forgot the name of it. But yeah, I am really happy with the powder coat that I got on that front bumper. It's nothing too crazy. It's not as wild or as thick or anything as the powder coating or coating that's on the Smittybilt bumper, but the difference is going to be the approach angle is going to be a lot better with the new bumper, and it's probably, I'm just going to guess, like 100 pounds lighter. So the front of the Jeep is going to sit a little bit higher, and I'm going to be able to actually climb obstacles. So I'll be filming other people climb obstacles, and then you'll actually be able to watch me climb the obstacle, instead of, you know, me just filming because my front bumper is holding me back in a way. But this is just a lot of square tubing, a lot of round tubing. As a winch plate on it, it has spots for lights, and has a spot for the fair lead and everything, and then has a small bull bar on it. And I got just a matte black powder coating, so it should match up with the sliders real well. And then once I get my rear bumper, or I finally order my rear bumper from Filthy Addictions, I'm going to get that powder coated the same way, so the whole Jeep will match. It'll be kind of like lipstick on a pig. An old 26-year-old pig. Yeah, other than that, I'm excited for the holidays. I think we're actually going to get snow up north. So once we finally do get some snow up north, expect a snow camping video, just like last year's. And, you know, since it's nice and cool out, I want to do some hiking and check out more homesteads and Indian ruins and stuff like that, and show those off to you guys, and just different camping stuff like that. What? My buddy's Axel, so he is still waiting on gears, surprisingly. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks since he's dropped it off, Tim, and he's been waiting this whole time. He got a good deal on the install and everything since he knew the guy that's going to be installing it or knows him. But the dude is just taking forever. But the second he gets the axle back, all he has to do is just do the perches on it and the brake lines. And then he wants to throw a Spartan locker in the rear. And then it's done, ready to throw in. Pretty much Elvis, you know, it's just a flat shot from where he lives. So he doesn't have to climb any hills or do anything crazy like that. So he doesn't really have to worry about messing up the gears. So right, you know, after the install, he doesn't have to do the whole 500-mile break-in and then the drain and fill with the gear oil, and then he could wheel. He could just wheel right after that. Because, you know, usually with gears you don't tow anything and don't, you know, do any high hills or steep inclines or anything like that, and you should be fine. So he's hoping just to get the axle back and then toss that crap on it, throw it in the Jeep and go wheeling. But he's at the point now where if it's going to take any longer, he wants to go wheeling. You know, it's wheeling season right now in Arizona at least. So he might just do the axle or, you know, wheel with the axle that's in the Jeep, which is another 8.8, but it's the pinion bearings going out in it. And it's only a 28 spline. So the new one he's building is a 31 or 30 spline. So, you know, he wanted to wait to get the stronger axle with the locker in there, but he keeps having issues with this guy at the shop, taking forever. He's just going to send it with the axle he has in there. And then hopefully it doesn't give him any issues. Which is funny because once he's driving like over 45, you could hear the pinion bearing or pinion in it. And so the whole drive out to Elvis and back, we're going to have to just take our time on the highway because of we don't want to have a failure on the highway on the way or out of there. So Fat Matt, how you doing, dude? Glad you tuned in. I seen yeah, you got into that accident with your truck a while back and you end up getting a replacement. Yeah, second Sunday of every single month we're live, Matt. I figured just for like an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour today to you know, talk to everybody. Any questions on the channel, whatnot like that. Yeah, the Tundra. Natalie actually likes those Tundras. She doesn't like the Chevys, but she likes what is it? Either Tundra, Ford, or what was the third one you told me about yesterday?
Oh, the Bighorn Rams?
Yeah, the Bighorn Ram trucks she likes also. She wants one of those 3. But Tim, every time I think about doing any of the many projects I have for my Jeep, something comes up to do with the family, so no big deal. Maybe we do Elvis on like 1, 2, if you have it off for New Year's. Yeah, I actually do have I don't know if I have the second off. I know I have New Year's Day off for sure. I guess it really just depends. What's New Year's Eve fall on this year? Friday?
I don't know.
Friday? Yeah, if we have the second off, I mean, I'm down to go wheeling, and I could tell my buddy.
Yeah, we should have the second off.
What is?
Following Monday after New Year's Day.
Yeah, I should have it off. Yeah, I will have it off. So I will just tell my buddy, and we should, you know, line it up. And I think the day after New Year's would be perfect. A Monday, you know, people are still going to be hungover, recovering, and if we get out there and go wheel, and it'll be nice and cold out, and so we don't need to worry about the trail sodas as bad on the trail, and we could get out there and do some wheeling. That would be awesome, dude. I think I will. I'll tell him about that right after the live stream if he's not gonna watch it later or whatnot. But yeah, the second. Okay. I'm getting a lift kit for the Tundra soon. Then going back to Colorado, Utah. Yeah, they have I like the aftermarket on the Tundra. I mean, it's not as huge as the Tacoma, but obviously you could get, good lift kits. They have gear setups, lockers, everything like that, and bed racks or pretty much anything you want, dude. It'll and it's a big full size truck. So any gear for you and the family, you guys could be able to toss it in there. So I can't wait to if you're gonna do videos on that, I can't wait to watch it. Yeah, I will make sure to not have too many trail sodas on New Year's Eve and all that. Yeah, that's gonna be cool, Matt. I can't wait. I know I really liked that tent that you had in the bed of the truck, with the floor in it and everything. That was awesome. I like that option as something that we could just use maybe in the square body in the meantime if we ever needed a tent like that for more room and everything. You could pretty much stand up in it. That's awesome. What are you guys doing for Christmas? Pretty much Christmas Eve, we go and spend time with Nat's family, and we open up gifts and do all of that on Christmas Eve, and then we spend Christmas with my family, and open gifts, hang out, eat dinner, and just kind of enjoy each of our families. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then I don't know. I think since it's like 4 day weekend or 3 or 4 day weekend that weekend, we might actually try to go find some snow or maybe camp possibly, or just relax at home. I know it's going to be getting cold here in Arizona soon. Well, it is pretty chilly already, but like a lot colder. So hopefully we get some snow up north too. Tim, I went back and forth a lot on selling my Jeep and getting a late model pickup truck to do more overlanding and hunting type stuff, but I decided to keep the Jeep for now and get a truck. Yeah, it'd be cool to keep to have both. I think that's why I like that old square body too, is have the Jeep for more off-roading, and if we go to explore something that's technical, then we have the Jeep. But then for longer trips and more mild camping and stuff like that, we still have the truck. Even though I'm going to be building the truck up into hopefully something that can handle a lot. Matt, okay, question for off-roading. What is the hardest trail you've been on so far? I want to say, gosh, there's a couple. The first one would be Elvis, that me and Tim are going to do. The first time I did it, I was on 33s, 4.5 inch lift, and it was just a lot of the obstacles were just needing to bump it and needing to bump or just give it throttle and stuff like that. Even with the lockers, the tires were too small and everything like that. So we weren't able to really get over that bump with that. And just, I don't know, it was a fun technical trail with a lot of stuff that I couldn't do in the Jeep yet. So I guess that was the hardest. I would say the second one would be the log corral trip that me and my buddy Travis and the white XJ did. It wasn't really technical in like the first part, like the rock crawling, but at the end it was pretty hard. Climbing the mountain, it was just a lot of washouts from rainfall, so just a lot of off-camber stuff and stuff just I don't know, it's just hard. Just trying to go down a mountain and like one part you're on the right, but it'll go up. So you're going up that, but then it drops out on this side. So then you're trying to go across and like getting super flexy to go down the backside of a mountain to get to the water's edge. So it was just a lot of that pretty much. And you just got to be focused on it, because if you let the wheel get out of your hand and you hit that, you could roll or stuff like that. Yeah, I'd say those are the two hardest that I've had so far. And there both of them were pretty scenic, and a lot of spots you could pull over, hang out, BS, have a trail soda and all that, and then keep going on them. I sold that two-wheel drive GMC I had on Friday, so now I don't have to move around a bunch of rigs every time I want to do something. Nice, man. Yeah, luckily we got a little bit of land up here, so it just looks like a giant used car lot, I guess, for the 2A Overland compound. A lot of work on all of these things. What is the worst breakdown you've had? Gosh, I'd want to say me and Natalie on our way out of a camping trip we had. Jeep started up just fine in the morning, and on our way home we stopped at a certain point to look at the view, and it was like right before the sunset, and we stopped, turned the Jeep off, checked out, walked out to the area, checked it out, looked at the view, everything, hung out. There was cars driving by the whole time, and we walked back to the Jeep, tried to start the Jeep, and it just wouldn't start whatsoever. Starter went bad the battery went bad in it. Not the starter or the alternator. The battery went bad, so we couldn't start it. And the only people that drove up on us was like this couple from like Germany. They were tourists, and they had a rental Mustang, and they wouldn't let us jumpstart the Jeep because they thought that trying to jumpstart the Jeep with this car would damage the car, and they didn't want to damage their rental. So we let them go, and we probably waited like an hour, and a guy in a GMC 2500 pulled up, and we waved him down on the road, and he stopped, and I told him like, hey, I just need a jump start. End up jump starting the Jeep for us, and we were able to get home just like right after dark. But that one was kind of sketchy because we figured we'd have to camp there for the night, and we didn't really have anything to camp. Other than that, just like our buddy Travis, he ripped a sidewall on a tire a long time ago. Just broken stuff like broken control arms. Nothing too wild to me, but a lot of stuff that we've stumbled upon people on the trail. The first time I did Elvis, a guy broke his axle shaft, so we got to the end of the trail, and he was able to get some people out there to help him replace it and whatnot. Lost control arm bolt on Table Mesa one time and had to ratchet strap the control arm in place once. That was fun. Did you take it on the freeway after that? After ratchet strapping it? That would have been a good time. Just feeling that kind of, depending on control arm, I guess, front or rear. So now I just need time to get the Pilot and Jeep projects done. Yeah, I know I have a pile of parts in the shipping container right now. I just got the sliders out of there, so it frees up some room. I have the bumper sitting there powder coated, waiting to be installed. And then I have a full stereo system for the truck that I bought on a good deal. So I got all that just sitting there waiting. And then I have a new starter because the stud on the top of the starter is wiggling, so I have a starting issue with the truck, so I just figured replace the whole starter. High output alternator, just like in the Jeep. I got 150 amp or 150 volt or something. 150, yeah, 150 amp. Gosh, I bought a bunch of one aught welding wire, red and black with the crimper and all the lugs and everything. I'm gonna make cables for the truck, ground cables, power cables. I'm gonna remake all the major cables for the truck. So I'll do a video on all of this stuff, and pretty much just, yeah, remake all of that. Just redo the whole electrical system, new starter and new glow plugs too. So that is the plan for that after I finally get the bumper on the truck. Is all new electrical, wires, new alternator, new starter, and a stereo system for it. And then from there, I'm trying to get the rear bumper for the Jeep, or when I get the rear bumper for the Jeep, I think the Jeep will be at a good place again, so I don't have to throw any more parts on it. And then pretty much jumping into the truck, suspension, I want to make sure it runs really well first. Everything is taken care of on that front. And then I'll start getting into, trying to find a Dana 60 front, lift kit, steering, building it into that overlander that I really want. But I just want to make sure the base vehicle is extremely reliable and comfortable first. Sure did all the way home. Stuck some through the hole, screwdriver and ratchet strapped it. Good call. Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't been bad. Stick screwdriver in there and bend it a little bit just to give it enough bend so it doesn't work its way out. But yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, it'll wiggle, I guess, a little bit, but I mean, if you're just gonna take your time home, no biggie. Trying to think if we've had any other issues like that. None that I could really think of off the top of my head. How did you learn how to do mechanical repairs, working on vehicles, etc., Dad? Yeah, a lot of it from my dad. I guess I also just wanted to learn, how to fix this stuff or upgrade this stuff. So if I ever had the issue again, I know how to fix it without taking it to a shop. I guess, yeah, just wanting to fix and tinker with stuff on my own, I guess. And also that's how I learned too, is just by hand. I can't really watch something and learn it. I like to, learn working on stuff with my hands and whatnot like that. So pretty much just wrenching on stuff. Also not wanting to pay a shop. So that's huge too. Just not wanting to pay a mechanic in general when I could possibly fix it. I know a lot of stuff is out of my control though, like with gears, transmission stuff. Like I kind of know when to not mess with things anymore, but like the basic stuff, like brakes and all of that stuff like that. Tim, that's awesome. I like to learn how to put connections on larger cables like that because I want to run a reasonably large wire back to the Jeep, to the back of the Jeep for the fridge. Yeah, pretty much it. So I bought all this stuff for like right over $100, and it should be more than enough wire and everything to fully do this. Like, I should have wire left over. I got it all on Amazon for pretty cheap. It's just a large set of crimpers. They actually look like a set of the things you cut locks off gates and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't wait to do it. Once I get the bumper done on the Jeep, I'll jump into that and I'll get a video out quick on it. I was planning on taking each cable off one by one, so I have the length, cut it, strip it and put it on there, and put the lug on there and crimp it and then heat shrink it. I know the kit that I bought, or the kit for the Jeep, or the wire upgrade, I actually just bought that for the Jeep. I didn't even think about doing the upgrade, but the upgrade, the wire cable upgrade for the truck was like 260 something bucks after taxes and shipping and everything. And I didn't really want to pay that, so I just I figured, I'll just buy everything, make a video out of it, and then I know how to do it, and I have the tools for future projects. So it's kind of my reasoning behind that, I guess. Ansel Ford, how you doing, man? Tim, I had a brake caliper seize on me one time too, but we had the kids with us, so we had to just take it off and head towards home with the grinding and hope it didn't get hot enough to blow a tire. It didn't. It released a couple miles down the road eventually. Nice. That's crazy how that works out. I know there's been quite a few times where we've gotten rocks stuck between the brake pad and the rotor, and it's just the worst sound ever. I just tap the brakes or I slow down to hopefully the rock will just fall out. Usually over time, it just stops because just the friction, it just grinds that rock down. But it can't be good for those rotors and brake pad. Yeah, very expensive. Yeah. Bean's just going nuts. Any weird sound in here he's barking at. We've had coyotes outside of our house, probably about a football field away, for the past few nights. Just a pack of them going nuts. And Bean just, I think he's on edge because of it. But we tell him it's okay, and he's alright, but he still thinks he's the protector of the house. Our 20-pound protector. Come here, buddy. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Say hi. Yeah. How are you? Say hi to the live stream. Yeah, Bean always has to make his appearance. No, get off the table. What are you doing? No, you're crazy. Get off the table. Little wild dog. You tell him it's okay, but it's not okay. A coyote would eat him for lunch in a heartbeat. Oh, dude, yeah, I tell him, hey, keep acting up, man. Like, it's going to be real hard to join that pack. You hear me? You hear me, dog? Huh? So, yeah, he's a wild man. He always barks at Natalie because at her desk, he'll bark at her, and she has to open the drawer of her desk and show him everything in the drawer so he could just kind of look at it and see. And she has to do that almost every day now to him. Other than that, he's still a sock bandit at 3 years old. Any sock that's on the floor, it's his. He tries to eat it or run away with it. Just a wild little dog. We're going to be taking him on more trips too. It's just, we didn't take him on the last trip to the cabin because, I don't know, it was only a day trip and we just wanted to check it out real quick. And then if we did run into any issues with the Jeep on the trail or anything, we didn't want to be stranded with our dog also in the middle of nowhere and just have an issue. So, what's up, Nate? How you doing, man? He is a cool little dog though, and he loves that square body truck. Just, you know, passes out on the seat, or he just lays on the seat instead of right in your lap like in the Jeep. Sitting there laying on the bench seat of the truck and everything. Matt, I do watch Coyote Works. That's he's one of the inspirations behind the channel. Him, Nate too. I was watching Nate's channel for a while. You know, guys like Dirt Every Day and all that, when they would do their videos of going wheeling and building vehicles in their garage and stuff like that. And then a huge one is Off-Grid Backcountry Adventures with Brian. He's a huge inspiration for the channel too. But yeah, Coyote Works is awesome. I love just that Eastern Oregon, just giant, you know, flat plains, just high desert like that. That's just so cool. And just the amount of homesteads out there and everything, and the stuff he finds. Like, I wonder, whatever GPS map or GPS app he uses, I could only imagine the pins on that thing, like, of just saved camp spots, homesteads, you know, ruins, like stuff like that. And it seems like you could get out there too, just as far, you know, as away from people as possible. And it's just huge, wide open areas that people don't go out to as often, it seems like, which is a good freedom. Yeah, your shooting videos are awesome, Nate. I haven't really been doing too much with the Patreon. I've been thinking about actually doing, like, you know, if me and Nat go shooting, and, you know, me and the family go shooting and all that, doing more videos on there, because, you know, YouTube isn't a fan of that. So I was thinking about just throwing some of that stuff up on Patreon, or, you know, just whatnot like that. Maybe even like an unlisted video, and on YouTube or whatever, and just, you know, post the link, but I won't have it monetized or posted or anything, but it'll be unlisted for people to watch or something. Some kind of workaround like that, so people could watch it, but it won't affect the channel. And I don't really care if I make any money off it or whatnot. Just want cool stuff to show you guys. I love to see old ruins and homesteads. Yeah, there is quite a few up in the area east of us. I think there's like one or two left that we could drive to that I've shown off. A lot of them are going to have to be like hiking or bushwhacking now to get there. So we're just going to have to make it a point to go check those out and plan a right day, or, you know, a good day to check those out. But a lot of them are just really hard to get to, or they're hard enough to get to where it kind of gatekeeps the people out of them. That would be cool. Patreon supporter group shoot. Yeah, I think we only have like 2 patrons right now. I don't really push it too much because I know, you know, with the prices of things these days, it's kind of wild. I don't really want to, you know, look like I'm asking for money. I don't really want to be like that. But, you know, we have it there for, you know, post videos a day or 2 early for people. And then it's just kind of there, I guess. For, you know, we have it there with the name. So if we ever do stuff in the future with it, at least we have it or whatever. Another off-roading question. What tires have you been liking? I've pretty much been a BFG guy for a long time. That's all that has been on the Jeep since I've owned it. First set was BFG all-terrains, and then from there it's been BFG mud terrains, and they've been great. But what's weird about this set of 35s that I bought, and that's on the Jeep now, is they're wearing fast, like a lot faster than the 33s. So it has to be a softer rubber. I know I screwed up with the alignment, so I kind of messed up a set of the tires that were on the front, but it just seems like maybe it's that set that's wearing fast because the rest look pretty good. I do have a set of Kanadi mud hogs on the square body. I got them on a good deal on I think it was like Simple Tire or something like that online. They look like the first gen Goodyear Wranglers, and I used those off road when I took the truck out camping one time recently on a guy's trip, and they were great off road. They were extremely cheap too, and they look pretty aggressive. BFGs are getting hard to find, but I guess so are most tires. Yeah, it's crazy the tire prices now, but that does make sense being soft rubber on them, and then with a lot of highway driving, you're gonna wear them down. Matt, 33s are my favorite. Yeah, that's what I had on the Jeep for a while. And honestly, a lot of the trails that I could do on 30, like guys were doing on 35s, I could do them on 33s. So you can't really justify the tire size upgrade in general, but I was scraping a lot of differential. So that's why I liked going up to the 35s to push that differential up a little bit higher. So I'm not scraping it on every rock or obstacle on the trail. But yeah, that was about one of the biggest reasons. Plus going up to 6 inches of lift, I didn't want to stay on 33s and then the tires look even smaller. So I went up to the 35s. But the 33s I had for a couple of years on that Jeep, they were great. Suspension, honestly, I'm using like just a thrown together bunch of stuff. I'm using Iron Rock control arms, Metal Cloak springs, Old Man Emu leaf springs, Stinky Fab shackles. Just a lot of stuff. I guess in the very beginning, I went with a Rough Country lift on that thing. And I want to say the first thing that went out was the track bar. I got death wobble pretty quickly within like 5-6 months. From there, it was the shocks were blown out, so I upgraded to the Fox shocks. And then after that, it was the bushings or the coil springs I replaced. And then it was the bushings and the leaf and the control arms that finally went. Replaced those with the long arm, and then the leaf springs. The passenger side started sagging, so you could see with the rear end it was sagging pretty low with the bumper on it and everything. So I mean, I guess Rough Country, it was a good starter lift for the price to get me, get the Jeep lifted and the tires on it and everything. But thinking about it now, I should have just saved up and bought all the crap that I had now. But a lot of it wasn't even available back when I lifted it. If you continue to like those mud hogs, I might have to give them a try for the Jeep next time they make a 39. Yeah, I think a 39. They have other tires too, but I like the tread pattern of the mud hog, and it wasn't that loud on the road either. I mean, going 65, 70 in the square body, there was a lot of other stuff making sounds over the tires. So they were great. I aired them down to 10 psi, and they were fine. 10 or 12, they were fine. And we just did a not too hard of a forest road, but it was we were going on it pretty good, probably 20-25 miles an hour driving down the forest road. Handled it with zero issues. drove all the way home, no problems. But as I build the truck up more and more trips we take it on, I will give an update on the tire. Probably like a 1-2 year, or just a community post or whatnot. 38s is your next tire for the XJ. The only thing holding me back is I got to see what spline the 88 is. If the 88 is a 31 spline, I think I'll throw chromoly's in it with C-clip eliminators, and then either just beef up the front axle with truss and whatnot, and truss, C-gussets, everything to make it as strong as possible. Maybe even the inner sleeves too, the ones where you drill the holes in your axle tube, slide the sleeve in there and do the plug welds. If I do that, then maybe I'll do 37s on the Jeep, or if I go with like a Dana 44 with like chromoly's in the front and rear, maybe 37s. I really like the 6 inches of lift though, so I think if I did that, I would get those fenders. I'm drawing a blank on the company, but get the fenders that go on there where you could fit 37s with a 4.5 inch lift. So with a 6 inch lift and those fenders, I'd be good to go. Maybe for even like 40s. You think 40s on the Cherokee?
No.
No, if I did 40s, I would have to go 1 tons. But yeah, I think 37s. 37s are going to be the tallest tire I'll go on the Cherokee. And then if I get the Dana 60 front for the truck, I'm thinking like 39s. 39s or 40s. Yeah, now you got side steps, so true. Yeah, now Natalie can get in the Jeep on 37s or 38s with no problems. Grab the door and then step on the side step and pull herself into the Jeep. Jeeps are money suckers. Oh man. Yeah, pretty much. You get paid and it's like, looking at you. You look out the window and it's staring at you like, hey, where's my cut of your paycheck? What compressor do you use to air up? I've been using the Smittybilt. It's the one with like the 5 CFM output. I've been using that for years now, 4 or 5 years on the Cherokee. It's ever since I had 32s on it. So 32s, 33s, and 35s, zero issues with airing up. I'm thinking about actually getting one for the truck when I finally get to that point of getting recovery gear and, air compressor, plug kit, everything for the truck. But I did take it from the Jeep and threw it in the truck when I went on the trip, taking the truck off-road, and it's fine. Zero issues with it. It's outlasted the warranty, the extended warranty I bought for it, so I'm pretty happy with it. And I think they might not have a deal anymore, but Black Friday, they had I think the air compressor was like $100. They had like over $100 off on it. It was crazy. Then you could buy I think the 3 or 5 year warranty with it. I had an 8.8 in my drag car, 31 spline, C-clip eliminator spool, good times. Yeah, that's funny because this 8.8, when I bought it from the guy years and years ago before swapping it in, he said this one was out of a drag Mustang. He said it had 500 horsepower. So I don't know how true it is, but if it was true, I mean, he completely rebuilt it and everything. He was going to throw it in a crawler, but he went a different route, so I bought it. But 500 horsepower, I mean, there ain't no way that Jeep's making that unless I LS it and do stuff like that. So I think the probably 150 horsepower the Jeep has at the moment with the 35s, I shouldn't have any issues with that axle. But I do want to get rid of that C-clip, the C-clips, and I do want to do chromoly's if it is the 31 spline. I'm really hoping. Are those fenders called Sawzall? Yeah. I mean, I got a Sawzall with some new blades out there, but I don't mind chopping up the front or making the front look fine. I can make it look good with some tape and, you know, cut it real nice. But the rear, I had that issue, you know, cutting it. Travis cut the rear, and then I, you know, put some spray foam in there in the past, and it ended up not working, and I had the issues with that. So one of the first videos, you know, I was clamping it together and welding it for the channel, and then painting it and, you know, putting the sealer and stuff in there. 703 horsepower to the rear, 723 torque, 0 issues. It was even 4 like, wow, that's crazy. Gosh, I figured you'd be snapping studs, wheel studs with that. What vehicle was that? Drag car, but what was it? Mustang, Camaro. What was that in? I'm guessing 8.8, so it's probably Mustang, I'm guessing. But I know a lot of guys swap like Ford 9 inches. Video on my page. Okay. I'll tune into that. I'll check that out after the live stream. Trying to think what else I have planned. I know once I get like a lot of the little stuff done to the truck, that stuff to the Jeep, just pretty much just wheeling, camping. Tim, what stinks is the picture. Actually, I think the camera. All right, give me 1 second. I could show you guys these sliders, but I gotta throw them onto the iPad, and then I could show you real quick. So give me 1 second. Okay, got the camera. Now let me grab the little data transfer thing. Hopefully I can find that. This is the best live stream ever, you guys. Off the screen for however long. Okay, got the memory stick. Potty break. Funny guy. Okay. Devices untitled. Okay, let me import those real quick. Import selected. Cool. All right, let me see what comments while it's doing its thing. You should have a show on Netflix or something. Yeah. Gosh. I mean, just normal guy trying to make his way through life, I guess, and building up garbage can vehicles. I guess that would be cool. No, I'm extremely happy with the YouTube channel. We're 2 years. I think this month is 2 years we've had it. Like 2,200 subscribers, a little bit over 2,200. I know I haven't been posting much lately because I don't know, just I've been working a lot. I got sick, and then I only want to post stuff that is important to the channel, you know, not just random stuff just to throw out a video. I want to show off cool stuff. Hey, say hi to Nate. Come on, Beat, say hi. Oh, sorry, bud. Say hi. You're there. See? Look at you. That's me and you. Yeah. Okay, I'll let you go. Yeah, I just want to post valuable stuff for you guys. But yeah, normal, you know, just vlogs and stuff like that. But I don't know. I guess I could start doing some stuff like that, or at least more pictures. and posts on the community page. I don't know. I guess I could get into that. I just want to provide value to you guys. So that's my biggest thing, is just showing off cool stuff, or some of the things I do to these vehicles and some of the stuff we're checking out. Went 9.08 with that rear end. That's awesome, dude. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's I'm pretty faith is restored for that 8.8, even 28 spline, I guess. But yeah, I would love to do the C-clip eliminator and those chromoly axle shafts. Might as well take a potty break while you're at it. Best live stream ever. I mean, you and Nat are as good as dirt. Thank you. Yeah, Nat is she's not on the channel as much, but she definitely keeps it together. This dysfunctional train being, yeah, but normal vlogs are amazing. True. I mean, I guess I could do kind of a vlog style video for like a camping trip. I think it would be awesome to do that, you know, just to kind of show it off like that. And so instead of like kind of documentary, like whatever style I shoot now, it would be cool to do more of like a vlog style of just going through the trip, whatever issues. But I got to do more camera mounts and stuff in the Jeep so we could actually do that. But I think that'd be cool to do occasionally too, so you guys could get to know us better and whatnot. That's why I like doing these live streams also. Natalie's even cooler than James. I didn't learn that until Mormon Lake. Gotta get her funny ass on the camera more. She doesn't like to be on camera. But I mean, it's nothing against her, obviously, but I don't know. Like, even in the beginning, I was like, it was weird to be on camera because you're just looking at a lens, trying to talk to it like it's a human. So it's something that's really rough to get used to, it seems like, in the beginning. But I don't know. I guess I got to get Natalie used to that. But yeah, meeting Natalie, when you guys meet Natalie in person, and you know, if we ever do like a meetup, I wish we could do like a subscriber meetup when, you know, Nate and, you know, Matt and, you know, everyone's in Arizona somehow at one time. We could all do a meetup somewhere and even camp, or, you know, do a trail, or even just go out to eat somewhere, anything like that. Like when you're not wheeling, show some cooking or something. Yeah, that's true. Your live streams are awesome. I appreciate that, Matt. Yeah, I guess I gotta I'll show more of the background stuff on the channel. Kind of, you know, while I'm getting ready for a trip, more vlog style it, do stuff like that while we're out. Maybe checking out events too and stuff. I know I didn't really film much at SEMA because it was so much to take in, and it was our first year there, that we didn't have enough time to even really film, just checking out booths and walking around. And I really appreciate Taruka for inviting us. We just didn't really have much time to talk to many like people or booths, because we're just, this sheer amount of booths that were there is insane. Like, just days and days of walking. But yeah, I would like to, if there's any off-road events, or you know, like rigs and coffee, or a trip or anything like that, I think it would be cool to do like a vlog style for that. She's hilarious. That hasn't come through on the channel yet, I think, but in person she's right. Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind, maybe even in January or February, try to coordinate like a 2A overland like group camping trip. You know, nowhere too technical, too crazy to get to, but just an awesome camping trip where we could have just a huge fire, you know, and just meet everybody, have some trail sodas, hang out, you know, BS, do all that, check out rigs, stuff like that. I think it would be cool because there's quite a few people that watch that are in Arizona and surrounding states. So if it wasn't, you know, too much for people that are in surrounding states, they could always come, you know, to 2A Overland meetup, and we could do something like that, like just like an overlanding meetup, just somewhere in the desert, or you know, somewhere up in the woods in like a huge area that, you know, you don't have to pay for camping or whatnot. Could even try out doing like shorts on Instagram or something for the in-between times, or reels, or whatever they call them. That's true. I wouldn't mind doing like the shorts for YouTube, like just a lot of little, like, you know, what are they, like 10-20 second posts. Like I could easily do that for shorts, just to give you guys like sneak peeks on trips, or you know, the project I'm doing, or just something cool I see, just stuff like that. And also, I think I'm going to start doing more community posts. Maybe post every other day, or 2-3 times a week, and along with the video and all that. Just so I don't disappear for 2-3 weeks at a time, I guess. I guess that's easier said than done when you have a full-time job. Yeah, but if I just take like the little clips from videos that we do film, and just do little videos like that for the channel, I think that'd be huge. And I wish they could do like a community wall video posts. If we could do community wall like video posts instead of just pictures, I think that'd be awesome too, because then I could post a video and, you know, give a whole paragraph of what's going on, instead of just throwing out, you know, a short with no context. I can't remember if you said you're going to try to get out to King of the Hammers or not. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to take a day off to get out there. I'm still debating it. The only thing kind of holding me back from it is looking up videos that people have posted from Hammers, and it looks like a nightmare. Just like the amount of dust, the amount of people out there camping. Like it seems like that off-road expo we went to with generators right next to you and stuff like that. But it would be cool to check out, you know, the wheeling obstacles and the race like that, and, you know, all the trail sodas and stuff. So I guess I gotta just kind of see how everything is at that time, and see if I could justify taking the time off to check out Hammers. If not, I could always, you know, we could always check it out in the future. But I don't know. I guess I just got to see where the Jeep is at the moment, the truck build, because I'd really like to take the truck out there to camp out of that instead of the Jeep. Because I know if I have a lot of trail sodas and I see obstacles, I'm going to want to wheel the Jeep. Oh yeah, and they're cracking down this year, not letting people camp much outside of Hammertown from what I hear. Yeah, that might be an issue then, because I know from the video I watched, there was like a, it was like a giant row. It was the road leaving there, and there was people camping on both sides of it. And there was so much dust that like it would almost be unbearable just breathing it in. There was just so much dust from people coming and going that you'd probably get sick from it. Matt, come on, chat. Okay, Matt, what is your favorite camping meal? I know mine and Natalie's favorite camping meal is Reuben's. They're really easy to make, and also, you know, good steak. And I think one of our other favorites is like camp pizzas on the flat top. I'm trying to think. We usually just try to keep it simple. I know we do like the The cheddar brats also, we'll do like cheddar brats with jalapeno mustard and just like a side of potato salad. Lately I've been we've been slowly getting away from like the super gourmet meals at camp because we don't want to spend a lot of our time cleaning our dishes, cleaning dishes. I'd rather, have a quick meal and that, will keep us going. That's still good with not a lot of cleanup. So, a lot of burgers, brats, stuff like that. And then, less cleanup of our dishes, the more we're sitting around the fire having trail sodas and hanging out with people. Yeah, they're still trying to figure out where they're going to camp, but I'm with you. I'm not trying to be near the craziness, so probably be better to stay home. Exactly, dude. That's what I'm thinking. Just stay away from the crowds, and I think I'd rather just stay home or do a trip more local that weekend where, it's less cost for gas and maybe even a wheeling trip or something, or our own camping trip or whatnot would be cool too. Chili over Fritos, mountain houses. I know one of my favorites is chili dogs also. We have chili dogs or chili brats at camp. That's really good too. Cleaning does suck when overlanding. I know if we don't have a lot of dishes, I'll usually just like bag up the dishes and wait till I get home to just do them because just toss them in the sink once I get home and do a quick load of camp dishes, just so I'm not trying to bust out soapy water and a sponge and everything at camp and clean them, or paper plates. I know when we have like brats, we'll just we'll lay out like a few napkins and just make the brats real quick and have them on the napkins, and then just eat like our potato salad or whatever straight from the container, since it's just me and Natalie. And then we just throw away the paper towel or whatever that we had the hot dogs on, or the hot dog buns on. Bartlett Lake, wheel into the backside and camp. So yeah, we could hit Log Corral, get into the backside of Bartlett Lake and camp. That would be really fun. I'm trying to think of some other spots we could hit. Also the backside of Roosevelt. We could go there. I know we have a couple camping spots there, and what's cool is out by the camping spot is where the driftwood in the lake collects, and a lot of it is up in the dirt. So it's just hundreds of logs just laying there, all pushed together. So it's just firewood forever, pretty much. So I like that spot. Plus, there's not a lot of people on the lake, so it's pretty quiet. But yeah, I do like the Mormon no, the log corral, not Mormon Lake. Log corral, to wheel to the back of it. Get another video. Do that. That would be cool. After Mormon Lake, I had to wash my stove because I spilled chili all over it. Oh man, that chili baked on there too. So yeah, I would have had to soak that for like a whole day and then scrub it. I want to try Apache Lake too sometime. That's way out west, northeast. Yeah, and then Apache Trail is closed down. So Apache Trail being closed down, you got to go in through the backside. So it's like, it almost isn't worth it. But I almost forgot. I guess here's the payoff. The rock sliders for the Jeep. This is fresh after painting them. Luckily with the matte black spray paint, a lot of the like kind of running that the paint did, because I'm painting on non-scuffed metal and all that, it kind of ran a little bit, but you don't notice it. But here is no Apache Lake. I think it's called out of 93 going to Vegas. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look that one up. Apache Lake. I know. Yeah, I know Apache is east of us, but okay, here's the sliders, you guys. Let me turn up the brightness on the iPad and everything. Get the bean hair off the screen. I hope you guys could see that. Maybe, yeah. I'll hold that up there for a few seconds. That is the driver's or passenger side of the Jeep. Okay, I'll hold that up there for a few more seconds. All right. So that's the passenger side. Then here is the driver's side. No, wait. Yeah, I guess the reversal. It looks like it. Okay. That is the driver's side of the Jeep. Am I crazy, or was I just showing the same side of sliders? Yeah, I was. Jeez. Okay. All right. So yeah, that first picture, the first couple pictures I was showing you, man, that was the driver's side. Now here's the passenger. God, I'm losing my mind. There's the passenger side. So, driver, passenger, driver, give you a few seconds, passenger. So I think they came out pretty close to identical. I mean, it's rock sliders that are going to get beat up on a 26-year-old Jeep. So, I mean, if they were slightly off a little bit, you know, and you had to compare pictures to see the difference, then, yeah, you're right, Tim. They are both passenger. Jeez. All right, you're just going to have to wait till the video. I guess I don't know how to, you know, tell pictures apart. But yeah, I tried to get them as identical as possible, so that's what took me so long to get them going. But I am extremely happy with how they came out, and they look like the powder coat for the front bumper. So once I get the matching rear bumper powder coated, once I get the rear bumper and I get the matching powder coat, it's all going to tie in together and look really good. And then since they're rock sliders, I just did, you know, satin black rattle can. So if they ever get beat up, you know, which inevitably they will, stepping on them, bouncing them off rocks, whatnot, I'm not going to cry, you know, because there's no point in trying to powder coat rock sliders if, you know, they're there to get beat up. So I could just hit them with the grinder a little bit to clean up the scuff, paint them again if I want them to look pretty, if I'm going to SEMA or, you know, Overland Expo or something like that, whatever. But yeah, I'm extremely happy with them, how they came out. And I had to get them done too because there is a 90% chance of rain tomorrow. So there was no just getting them tacked up there and just waiting. I had to get them on there. Yeah, the banquet. Coors, yeah. This is the unofficial trail soda of 2A Overland. I don't know. I had too many Coors Light and Bud Light while in not high school, after high school, you know, partying days. I don't condone drinking for children, but I had too many of them, so I can't drink those anymore. I feel sick, so I figured banquet beer is perfect. But far side, any plans to do a snow wheeling trip with the upcoming snowstorm? I really want to try to. I know, you know, the northern part of Arizona is going to get some snow. It's inevitable during the year. So if we can't hit it soon, because I'm just doing stuff to the Jeep and the truck, trying to catch up on those projects, there will be a snow camping video in the future with the guys, just like in the last one. There will be, you know, huge bonfire, fire teeter totter, you know, everything just like in that video. So it'll be more more of these, well, a lot of these, and a lot of craziness wheeling. And maybe I'll do that like a vlog style, but there's a lot of swear words that go on in that video, where, you know, when we camp, a lot of dumb stuff said. So maybe I'll have to put that on Patreon or something. But yeah, maybe I'll just get like a head GoPro mount, and you guys will see my point of view of camping with the guys like that in this snowstorm wheeling. Mine get a rub mark where I climb in and out every day, no matter what I do. Yeah, that's one thing I'm gonna have to get used to, is that 3 to 5 inches of clearance now outside of the rocker panel getting out of the Jeep. I got to make sure I don't hit, you know, especially if I get a muddy or whatnot, you're going to get that mud streak down your leg. So I'm going to have to get used to that. I know Natalie will too, for the rock sliders. Kind of like a learning curve, just like with the bucket seats or the PRPs I put in there. Since they're a bucket seat, it's a little bit harder to get out of the Jeep because of the steering wheel being in the way, and then the bucket seat itself. Got to try to work your way through that area. But it's a learning curve, but I'm just happy to have them, because on quite a few wheeling trips, I've gotten close to hitting rocker panel, and I'm just like, every time I'm just regretting not getting sliders or not having sliders at that moment. But now that I have them, I'll just send it. Who cares? If you eat too much chili and can't get to the bathroom, sometimes you get that mud streak. Yeah, that's the forbidden mud. That you definitely don't want that stuff. That is the worst mud to wheel in. There's only one way to get it off: a shower. Well, you guys, I'll be streaming. We'll stream, you know, be live for another 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll call it. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I will be having more videos coming out soon. You know, Tim, I really appreciate you keeping the live stream I don't know, unique. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, give a thumbs up. Also, second Sunday of every single month, I am going to try to live stream, you know, right at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, AZ time. I know it might throw people off, you know, back east and everywhere that isn't Arizona and Hawaii, because of daylight savings time. So maybe I'll have to adjust that live stream time to 4. So then it's 5 for people back, you know, that aren't in Arizona. So I might have to do that. Luckily next year we don't have to worry about daylight savings time anymore. They're not following that. But yeah, I am extremely happy for you know, everyone tuning in. Finally getting a project on the Jeep done, so I could take the pile of crap in the shipping container is getting a little bit smaller. So now next weekend will be bumper. Weekend after that will be truck upgrades. Then hopefully by then I will have the rear bumper bought and it'll be powder coated. And I will install that. Far side, would you run a different set of tires besides the KM3s? I know my buddy in his white Cherokee, he's had Cooper STT Pros, their mud terrain, and swears by them. And I mean, they've worn well. He has a pretty cooked set on his Jeep now that we, in the last wheeling video, he was using. And they still had good grip. So I would say if we didn't do KM3s, I'd either do Cooper STT Pros like he has, just because I love the tread pattern too. It's, you know, that's 95% of overlanding and wheeling is looking cool. So the tread pattern is awesome. And then like on the truck, the Canati Mud Hogs, those are awesome too. I love how they look. And for the price, I mean, if you tear a sidewall or, you know, anything weird happens to a tire, I think it was like $250 for the tire for the truck, and it's a 35, I think like 10 inches wide on a 16 and a half wheel. So a 35, 12 and a half, 15 for the Jeep would be right around the same price. So I would say if I go away from BFGs just for price, I would either do Coopers, which are about the same price, or I'd save over $100 a tire and go with the Canati Mud Hogs. So there is your long answer to a short question. STTs are awesome. I agree. Tim, if I don't buy a newer vehicle to do long trips, then my next tire in the Jeep will be in all-terrain until it retires to trail-only life. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I wish they had like a little bit harder rubber mud terrain, like a little bit harder rubber KM3. So it still is the KM3, looks awesome, but it has a longer tread life. But then that would just mess with the KO2s. So I don't know. I did see that it was in sneak peek pictures, but they are coming out with a KO3. So Tim, pizza just got here. Got to go. Have a good rest of your stream. We will hook up soon. Sounds good, man. I will tell my buddy, second day of January, we will go wheeling. But I will get off here. Me and Natalie actually got to go eat also. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will do a community post about the live stream to maybe push it back an hour Arizona time, so it's still 5 o'clock everywhere else for daylight savings. So thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, I got to finish the trail soda. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will have that video out next Friday. I will make a community post on these sliders. And you guys have a good one. Bye, you guys.